Hi, my name is David Milby. I'm the president here at Visiting Angels of Central Georgia. We have now been in this area for about 18 years providing home care. With Visiting Angels, it's a unique business. It's a wonderful opportunity to serve our community. And so for the past 18 years, we've been offering home care services. Anybody who's looking for just some additional care or even primary care in the home.
Hi, I'm William from Visiting Angels, William Milby actually. I've been doing this more from the caregiver side of things. I do a lot of hiring and interviews and help with orientation. We just help people across the entire, really all the way from Valdosta up to North Macon. We've got a huge team of awesome people, PCAs and CNAs. They've all got great hands-on experience that we're just really fired up about helping the community with.
Those are the types of services that we offer and include. Those often include services like companion care, where we're providing assistance with laundry and like house cleaning. Meal preparation is definitely a big one, or transportation for some of our clients. But we also offer what we call the personal care, and that's really more for those clients who need assistance with personal, hygiene, safety, things like bathing and dressing, incontinence care, toileting. We want to make sure that we're providing those services as well for our clients. We try our best to really customize every single care plan for each of our clients and just making sure that we're addressing their specific needs and making sure that they're well taken care of and that they're in their home, their place of residence, where they feel comfortable.
It's really more personal, more developed and one-on-one, and it's more rewarding for the family, and it's even more rewarding for the caregivers. We have a lot of caregivers that come out of the nursing home environment and say that if they had known about this 10 years ago, they would have come to do this 10 years ago.
One of the great things about home care, my favorite thing is that I get to be the one to actually go out into the home and sit down with the families and just really honestly get to spend an hour, 2 hours, even sometimes 3 hours just sitting in their living room and getting to know them, finding out a little bit about their background, who they are, how they came to be where they are right now, and more specifically, trying to identify those particular areas where service or assistance is needed. That's usually one of the first steps, is just meeting with the family. It could be in a hospital, it could be in an apartment or their home. Really, wherever the client resides, that's where we go out and we sit down and we meet with the family. If the family decides that they want to move forward with services, then that's when we kind of take the next step, completing the paperwork. I'll sit down with the family if I need to, come back even if I have to, and just sit down and go through the paperwork. And then from there, we'll actually start that process of having the nurse come out and do the evaluation.
So once David's done with the new client appointment and he's finished up the paperwork and identified the client's needs, and the nurses have developed that personal care plan, then we start moving things over to our scheduling department. We've got a couple amazing people working in that department. They've got, one of them was actually a former caregiver and just really understands what it takes to be a great caregiver and how to make those good matches from one client to another with our caregivers. On a baseline level, our caregivers need to have at least a couple of years of experience. They need to have good availability during the daytime or overnights or weekends. They're supposed to have their TB test and their CPR cards, and a lot of them are CNAs, and all of them pass the PCA test, which is a special exam for this industry. Above and beyond that, we really try to match the personalities. There's a caregiver for every client, and there's a client for every caregiver is kind of our motto. And we talked about care plans being custom, but you also need to adapt your attitude and be customizable to them, because they're going to feed off the energy that you provide, and you're going to feed off their energy. So the caregivers and the clients, it has to be a match, and it has to be a calling for them together to be the right kind of people. And we're just really excited about doing that. We love trying to find the right people for the right cases, and it feels like a big win when you get the right clients and the caregivers matched together.
We have had clients that we have, had on our roster that we've been caring for years, up to 8 years or more. And so, whether it's the short-term transitional type, care, all the way up to the round-the-clock care, that's what we're here for, is to work with the family Again, just to try to tailor those specific services and making sure that the families are getting exactly what they're looking for and what they need.